Okay, hello, my name is Nick Bentley. I'm here to do the presentation on Hexucation.com. Decentralized finance made simple from beginner to advanced. Now, what I did when I came across this project, you obviously do your due diligence, it's highly advised. I always look to see who's behind the project. So that's what I did. So that's what I'm going to start off with. Question: who are the co-founders? Now let's get this, let's understand this. These are not the owners. These are not the people in charge of the platform where they take our money, they don't take our money, they withdraw, they don't withdraw, they deposit. These are just the people that came up with the concept, with the idea. Okay, and these people are known as Clifford and Anne. Okay. But if I can just really go to the second bit, the what is their mission and vision. So at the core of Hexucation's mission is the commitment to educate blockchain and cryptocurrency users of all skill levels, which you'll obviously see over the next couple of slides, and reshape the blockchain-based MLM. Because the multi-level marketing has had such a bad name in the past, but the actual business model is fantastic. So they want to get this sort of blockchain-based MLM into a more inclusive, rewarding, and sustainable ecosystem using blockchain and smart contract technology. I believe we've got about 12 smart contracts with this project. Hexucation empowers its participants, providing them with a fair and dynamic platform that fosters education, financial success, and personal growth. Our vision, or it is our vision, but it was Clifford's and Anne's vision to start off with, and this is how the idea came along, was to create an enhanced learning experience online, which includes a decentralized MLM model that transcends traditional limitations, offering a new era of possibilities for aspiring entrepreneurs like myself, and I would like to believe the people listening to this presentation. So Anne and Clifford, basically, they're just lovely people, honest. Average people probably doesn't really give them justice, but they're just normal people. And like myself, and most likely the rest of the people watching this presentation, been through the mill with other platforms and having been scammed and having been rug pulled with other platforms in the past. And they just said, enough's enough. Let's get our heads together. Why can't we do this legitimately? Because unfortunately, from my experience, the platforms that I've been in the past, they were actually good, but it was just the people behind them being greedy and running off with our money. But the actual platform, there was nothing wrong with it. It was just the people. So hence why I start off with who is behind this platform, Hexucation.com. And then the next question clearly is, okay, I've kind of touched on it briefly. I've mentioned education, but what is the product? So Hexucation is an online, as I've said already, education initiative set to reshape, redefine the MLM landscape through the transformative power of the blockchain and smart contract technology. And like I said, I believe we're dealing with 12 contracts, smart contracts. Hexucation has its own unique reward system, utility tokens, which is Hex, which we can discuss in the Q&A, and its own smart vault that revolutionizes the way blockchain-based MLM systems operate, addressing the inherent challenges while creating a more transparent, equitable, and sustainable model. The platform is even hosted on an IPFS, which I can explain in more detail later, but basically that stands for Interplanetary Filing System. I mean, how cool is that? Basically meaning there is no web host, true DeFi. So the Interplanetary Filing System, or file system, is basically a distributed peer-to-peer file sharing network that is well positioned to become the underpinning of a new decentralized web, because the internet at the moment is centralized. Okay, so how true DeFi is this? It's just amazing. In other words, Hexucation, so just going back to what Hexucation is about. So in other words, Hexucation is the first sustainable blockchain-based education MLM system, I believe, out there, designed specifically for people who want to learn about the blockchain technology and cryptocurrencies, because it's a big, big space and it's forever being updated. So, so important to have a one place, under one umbrella where you can get all this education, where it's updated videos, the whole works. Okay. So by using smart contract and transparent blockchain transactions, our affiliates, our students, can say goodbye to manual withdrawals, which we've all seen in the past, that have to be requested, takes time and effort from the project and the company owners who actually one day might decide that they no longer want to pay out, which we've all seen that before. I certainly have. Hexucation's referral commission payouts happen instantaneously, and the weekly payouts and weekly dividend payouts happen every Thursday at 23:59 UTC. That's probably going to change because it's going to be every 7 days. You then have a window of 24 hours to press your claim button to claim your money. But that is for the matrix, which I'll explain in the slides, not for the instant commission. As soon as you refer this product, you get paid out an instant commission, which I'm obviously going to cover. Okay, but all the transactions are managed by an audited, publicly viewable smart contract. I mean, how cool is that? All transparent. Okay, right. So the product, as you've worked out, crypto education on 3 levels, from ground zero beginner right the way through to advanced. So we've got 3 products. Okay, and this is where people can get quite confused. The product is beginner, that's one of them. The other product is intermediate, it's another one. And the third product is advanced. You can buy all 3, but they're 3 individual products that you can promote. Take advantage of buying the package, making use of it, and if you wish, you don't need to, share it with people that you know and get paid rewards. Slightly jumping the slides, but that's fine. So the second, third question I then asked, who's behind it? What is the product? Okay, how much? Is this going to be something like £1,000 a month? Is this going to be a 10 grand one-off fee? I personally couldn't afford that, so I had to find out before I got excited and got into sort of what the rest of it's all about. How much is it going to cost? Well, here we go. Beginner, it's only $1.10. Intermediate, $11. Advanced, $55. Now you might be thinking, okay, that sounds all right, but it's got to be a subscription service. All these platforms have a subscription service. Is it per week? Is it per month? Could even be per day. And that was the case, that wouldn't be too good. But what if I said to you, it's for life? Yeah, you've read it right. For life, meaning you pay the one-off. So I want the beginner package. I pay $1.10 and pay no more ever, 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 ever. Same with the intermediate. I pay a one-off $11. Same with advanced, $55. Pay no more. You pay in cryptocurrency, USDT or USDC or DAI, D-A-I. I'm not going to go into that in too much depth because we'll have other tutorials. We can speak about it on the Q&A on how we onboard. But how much, they're the prices for life, never have to pay ever again once you've paid it, first of all. Right, so 3 levels of learning, but it gets better. As I go through these slides, you should be getting more excited. I know I did when I found out, when everything was getting unraveled and rolled out. The more information I got from this project, the more excited I got. So not only can you get these packages and make use of them, you can also share them and earn rewards. So earn while you learn. What can you earn? 10%. I'll explain that in a minute, but basically 10% of the 110 is 10 cents. That's why we have the $1.10. A bit of a weird sort of figure, isn't it? But we add on the 10%, same with the 11, same with the 55. And that will be explained later when I explain how we get paid out the second, third way. Okay, but they're the prices, what you can earn. Okay, but you must become the product, and if you want to share it, you then can share it and get paid out in rewards. These are the way. This is the first way you get paid, which I've mentioned. The direct commission, instant commission, is paid on 2 levels: 7% and 3%. So you've all seen this before. Here's me here. I invite Jim, my next door neighbor. I get 7%. He invites Mary. I get a further 3%, making the 10% of the product package. Yeah. So on the beginner, That's the 10 cents over 2 levels, 7 and 3%. Okay, I hope you're taking notes, guys, and you've got a pad and pen. So this is fine, but I suppose you're thinking, well, I've seen this before, what's new? Okay, it is on a blockchain, it is on a smart contract, so we can see it all very transparent on the blockchain, on the internet. But the 7 and 3% is not very exciting. I need to invite a lot of people on my first level, as you can see here, and then they need to invite a lot of people on their first level to make my second level to get 10%. Well, I wasn't overexcited about that, and I kind of said, hang on, can I not earn more than 10%? You certainly can. If you refer 3 people, you unlock what is known as the matrix, which is known as the SRP, student referral payment. So you need to literally invite 3 directs, okay? So that doesn't mean, that means going out, speaking to someone and giving them your link. That's the first person. Give your second person your link, that's the second person. The third person your link, that's the third person. Yeah, why I make it so basic is because people sort of miss out on that, and then therefore they get confused going forward. If you buy the beginner product, the beginner package, you make use of it. If you want to refer it and open up the beginner matrix, you refer 3 people to the beginner product. If you want to open up the intermediate matrix, you buy the product, you make use of it, you refer that product, which is the intermediate product, to 3 people. Okay? Then this is where then it gets exciting, and this is where you can earn lots of money. So this is done on 3 packages, which I've just said, and you earn 64% on 10 levels. Don't worry too much, that's going to be confusing as we sit here now looking at this slide, but when I show you the chart it will make more sense. And again, this will be recorded. Please go over this. You'll only need to go over it a couple of times for it to really make sense. So beginner package, you get 64 cents shared over 10 levels. Intermediate, $6.40 over 10 levels. Advanced, $32 over 10 levels. This will be confusing, but it will not be when you see the chart. Okay, you have to invite 3 directs for each product to open up the matrix of that product. Okay, so now you can earn 10 levels deep, not just your first 2, 7% and 3%. Okay, so the matrix opens up. It's a 3 by 10. I cannot have more than 3 on my first level, but that doesn't mean I can't invite 4, 5, 6, 20 directs. I can invite as many as I want, but this is where it gets exciting, because my 4th direct would come down here and help out this direct, and likewise he's going to do the same, and likewise the people above me are going to do the same. Okay, so what can I earn? This is on the advanced course. After the instant commission's taken off, okay, because you've invited your 3 people, let's say, this opens up. You've earned your 7% 3 times already, possibly your 3% as well. So that comes off, and we're left with $50, which goes into this matrix, which is opened up because now you've invited 3 people. $32, where does that come from? It's 64% of 50. $32 is spread over 10 levels here. Okay, how's it distributed? These are the percentages. 20% is $6.40 times 3. Accumulative is $19.20, and it goes down. Your 3 introduce 3, they introduce 3, so it's $27.81. To fill the whole matrix, that's 88,572 people. You'll earn over $607,000. It's pretty cool, isn't it? But I know what you're thinking. These are the other products, so this is the intermediate and this is the beginner. But you're probably thinking, hang on, 88,572 people. I'm no big marketer. I don't want to go out and have to refer all these people, even if I did it on email or I did it on YouTube or Facebook. I'm not into that. I just want to introduce a couple of people and just share this the best way I can, but I don't want to go out and have to introduce it to that many people. Well, you don't need to. Definitely not. Wouldn't really be, what's the word? It wouldn't be sustainable, I don't think, even for a big top marketer. So what does that mean? How do I get to the 88,572? How do I fill my matrix? Well, it's a spillover, also known as forced matrix. Okay, so what happens is you get your 3. We all have to get 3 for the product that we are inviting into, okay, to get that matrix of that product open. Okay, so that's the 3 products: beginner, intermediate, advanced. So I get my 3 opened up, so the matrix is then opened up. But what happens if I want to get my 4th person, my 5th person? They go underneath. So my 4th person, if these guys get going straight away and get their 3, which why wouldn't they? They want to open up their matrix. Also, the education is so good they want to share it. But my 4th person, Anne, is going to go below Tommy's group. And what happens is, basically the smart contract will automatically, every time I invite my 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, go into the next available spot, going from left to right. And it just fills the whole matrix. This happens to everyone. So the people above me, so Andrew Murphy, who invited me in, he's going to help me out when he gets his direct involved. I'm going to help out Tommy, and it goes further down into the matrix. Okay? So all we're doing here, if you think about it, is just teach duplication. Refer 3 and duplicate. But it's mega important that when you do introduce your 3, that you do it in a very uniformed, easy, simple method. Because the people that you introduce, what they're going to do, they're going to look at you and go, well, the way I was introduced, I'm going to introduce my 3 the same way. And it duplicates down the line. Now, I've seen this before. And again, this really did excite me, but not straight away until it really clicked, the light bulb went off. I thought, hang on. Normally this doesn't sort of fill out in a uniformed fashion, because you'll always get that one person, it's the law of averages, that just don't want to get 3. They get 1 or they get 2 or they just get lazy. Excuse me. Or they just see that shinier object in another platform. But when you think you have to get your 3 to open up the matrix, and it gets better, because what will happen if you don't get your 3, you'll still see your matrix fill up and see the potential of what you can earn, but you can't claim it. So on the beginner level, forget these numbers, because this is still in sort of beta stage. But these numbers will be, the chart I'm going to show you will make more sense. But these numbers will be what you'll earn in the matrix. And obviously the further you get down, the more people that come into the matrix, the more you earn. But let's just say, so this is intermediate, this is advanced. Let's say down here on the 6th level, I think this will be roughly, if I remember rightly, nearly $2,000. But I've only invited 2, by the way. I've gone on holiday, I've forgotten about this. It's just like, I don't know. I got persuaded into doing something else. But I'm going to have a quick look, because Andrew Murphy has given me a shout, given me a message on Facebook and said, how are you getting on? Enjoying this? There's so much money to be made. What have you made so far? Oh, I best have a look. I go into my back office. I've not made anything, just on the 2 people that I've invited so far. But I can see the potential of what I can earn or claim if I open up the matrix. So if I've got my 2 already, all I need is 1 more person. Do you not think I'm going to get that 1 more person? And if I don't know 3 people, which would be quite sad if I didn't, I'll just buy a package to make the 3 within the product, because you need 3 directs of each product. Hope this is making sense, guys. The matrix can be drawn and looked at in many ways, right to left, left to right, up to down. Doesn't really matter, but as long as you know the concept of it. So I'm number 1. I introduce my 3 because I want the matrix to be open in the beginner, and then I'll introduce 3 to the intermediate if I buy that package, and I'll introduce 3 to the advanced if I buy that package. Does that make sense? 3 matrices. I keep repeating it because people get confused, thinking there's just 1 big matrix. No, there's 3, 1 for each product. So this is the beginner product. Let's just imagine. Invite my 3. The beginner matrix is opened. My 4th person would help out number 2. Number 2, that's his matrix there, or her matrix there. This is my matrix here. So there's matrices within matrices. The person above me, Andrew, who's invited me in, is going to help build my matrix. Me, I'm going to help build number 2's matrix, number 3's matrix, number 4's matrix. And it goes down. And now can you see why we can fill the matrix really quickly? And when you look at the 88,572, it's actually very, very doable. And dare I say it, I believe the matrices are going to just fill super quick. Right, next question was, okay, how do we get paid? I've kind of mentioned it briefly, and when? Well, the instant commissions are literally, as they say, are paid instantly, straight into your Web3 wallet. It's decentralized. We need non-custodial wallets. We highly recommend Internet Money Wallet, but MetaMask is another one. Trust is another one. Okay, I'm not going to get into what the blockchain is and get into the hex and all that because it's on the Pulse chain. Let's leave that for Q&A. This is just the basics, the nuts and bolts of this platform. Trying to keep this within 30 to 35 minutes because I know, like with myself, I can't be watching things for too long. I get distracted. It's not a good trait, but it is just me being honest. So, instant commissions immediately. We've seen that 73%, and the matrix gets paid weekly, every 7 days at 23.59 UTC. Now, why I say every 7 days and not like every Thursday is because every 7 days there'll be a window that opens up, a withdrawal window for 24 hours. You can then claim your money that you see there in the back office. But if you don't, I believe it then compounds for the following week because we put it into a staking vault. And again, we can discuss that in a Q&A. I don't want to get into that in too much depth. We'll briefly look at it on the next slide, but you're actually going to get paid more than what you saw on the chart because we're staking the money, okay, and you'll be making a little bit more than what's seen in the chart, okay. And yeah, I'll get into the staking very, very, very briefly. We'll be making anything from, I think, don't quote me for exact percentages, but around the 0.03 to 10% weekly. Now the 10% is massive. Obviously that's going to get bigger to that 10% range when we get more money in the staking vault. Okay, but look up what staking is if you want to get into that in more detail. But let's discuss that over a Q&A. Okay, so in the past, the platforms that I've been in, they've never ever discussed where and how and all the percentages of where I get paid. So I'm not going to just go into the platforms I've been in before. There's no interest really. But, you know, get paid £10 a day, make 1% a week, make 10% a week, make 2% a day. You never actually know how that's broken down. With this, Anne and Clifford have just not left any stone unturned. It's 100% from the product package, yeah, the product value. So remember, the one package, so this package is the advanced, $55. Remember the 7 and 3%, 10% comes off, which is $5. It's split into 7 and 3, first level, second level, paid instantly. What does that leave us? That leaves us 50. So that 50 is split. Remember, 64% of 50 is 32, goes into the matrix. 16% goes to the early funders. So you'll be thinking, okay, you've not mentioned that before. What is that? It's closed. That's the first thing. So it's done and dusted. But they were people that were invited to help pay towards the platform being made, being developed. And that's everything from the developer to the smart contract to the website, everything. And if you want to look at the receipts and look at the evidence of the payments, I'm sure Clifford and Anne would, oblige if you want to join. So everything's very transparent and trustworthy. So basically there was 200 early funders per product. They had to give so much money to help fund that product. So there's 3 products. So I think all in all there were 600 early funders. Well, to pay them back for their generosity and their time, I'm one of them, hence I'm doing this presentation, just trying to help people. We get paid out dividends, which is 16%, and that goes into a staking vault. Okay, so if you add up these two here, 16 and 64, that's 80. Where does the other 20% go? Into the staking vault as well, which is compounded, and that just gives the platform sustainability and longevity. Again, I don't want to get into too much about that. We can do that on the Q&A, but that's your 100% of the $50. Okay. Hope that makes sense, because the other 10% is added on, which is paid out instantly. Okay, right. So what I've done here, it's been 26 minutes. I talk quite quickly. I apologize for that, but I like to get this done nice and kind of simple and and concise. Hopefully I've done that. Hopefully I've not missed anything out. So if we have, please just, put something in the comments. This is going to be on my YouTube channel. But a quick test time. If this was live, I would nominate a few people to unmute themselves, but it's not. It's recording. But let's just see who's been listening. This is not to trick you out. But if you don't know the question, fantastic. We can then fill that gap by answering it. Question 1, if I refer one person, my first ever person, to the $11 package, which is the intermediate, how much and when do I get paid? Answer that yourselves. Be honest. If you don't know the answer, go back through the slides, go back through this presentation and get that answered. Okay? How many levels of education packages are there, and name them? I'm not going to answer these for you. You're going to either know them, hopefully, from the presentation, my fantastic presentation, that hopefully I've not missed anything out. I probably have. Question 3, if I refer 3 people to the $11 package, how much and when do I get paid? How many people do I need to refer to get the full payout of the 10 levels of the matrix? Could be a trick question, that. Question 5, what is the products? Please name them. Might have repeated that, but it doesn't matter. Spaced repetition is the best way of learning, I've always been told. Do you have to refer anyone in this project? Very simple, basic question, but quite important. You'll certainly get that asked if you join and you want, you share this with people or you talk to people about this platform. Is this platform DeFi? Please explain DeFi. What does IPFS mean? I think that is such a cool thing to have for this project. It makes it so DeFi. But what does it mean? What is it? Question 9, explain what a Web3 wallet is. Why do we recommend them? Okay, Q&A. If this was live now, we'd unmute you all and fire away questions and answers. Okay, right. Well, this is the time for me just to thank you for your time. Please get back to the person who invited you to this Zoom. Mega important. Get their link. The timeline of this presentation right now, I believe, is what is it? Hang on, get the date on my phone. I think it's the 30th of June, 2024. We haven't launched yet, and we're looking at launching hopefully in about 2 or 3 weeks' time. We have all our stuff going to the auditors, and we'll have a meeting with them next Tuesday, I believe, and we'll know more where we're at then. So we want to make sure everything's correct, because once we press the smart contract, that's it. It's immutable, non-stop. No one's going to stop it, and it's just going to keep going. So it needs to work correctly, of course. Don't forget to attend the Zooms. We've got Zooms on a Thursday at 7 p.m. UTC and Sundays at 4 p.m. UTC. I'm looking at doing another one for my Indian team, possibly around the 12 o'clock p.m. or 1 o'clock p.m. Afternoon time. Okay, I'm really looking forward to taking you guys and girls on this crypto journey. Please, if you have any questions, put them in the comments below, because this will go on my YouTube channel. And I just appreciate so much your time, and take care. God bless.